So, do you think they're the same?
Oh, they're the same exact person.
Guy?
They're the same guy. Okay, so the first thing we have to do is establish what we know.
I agree.
Okay, so Rohan.
Kill this guy. So, Rohan exists part 4 and part 9.
Right, and while we're building on this subject, the Speedwagon Foundation is in both universes. It's in part 7 and it's in parts 1 through 6. And while we're just spitballing here, chronologically, part 1 does take place before part 7.
Barely.
Okay, yeah, fair enough. Here's the important thing.
Yes.
Here's the important thing. There's nothing disproving this theory at all. We'll get to it!
Part 1.
So allow me to establish the narrative. 1 year before the events of part 7, Jonathan and Arena got on a boat to visit the Americas for their honeymoon. Now I know what you're thinking. Why would they go to the Americas? Well, that's because Jonathan was gonna visit his dear cousin Johnny Joestar, who was in the hospital after having recently been shot in the spine and losing his ability to walk.
What?
I know. But Dio attacked, and when Dio attacked, Jonathan was killed, leaving Speedwagon to inherit all of his fortune to then kickstart the Speedwagon Foundation.
Hang on, I can't draw that fast.
Don't worry about it. I'll just put the board down. We can add something in post.
Okay. So, after the events of part 1, the Speedwagon Foundation actually gained a secondary purpose, researching supernatural events. So, it would only make sense that they'd want to sponsor an event as big as the Steel Ball Run, and that is for one reason in particular.
To keep tabs on Diego Brando.
No. Branding.
What?
Well, they're still a new company. In order to, actually get the resources, they gotta get the word out there, and there's so many sponsors at the Steel Ball Run.
I'm going to kill you. Okay, before we continue with the theory, let's go over one of the major roadblocks that disprove it. If all of these characters are in the same universe, then why do these 4 in particular have the exact same name?
Well, don't you worry. We have devised a system. So, if they are on this side of the board, they're related. But, they are on this side, it is merely a coincidence.
Which should be fine. It's inconsequential. It doesn't matter.
It's okay.
It doesn't matter.
Part 7.
Steel Ball Run. The Mormons were right. Jesus came to America to deliver stands upon us. And we do not give a fuck about this guy. No. The part starts with Gyro Zeppeli coming from Zeppeli. Oh, God. Oh.
It's time to spin the wheel for related or coincidence.
Wheel time!
Oh, what's it gonna be? Hang on. Could Gyro be Caesar's grandfather? Ultimately, Part 7 deals with the corpse parts, and Parts 1 and 2 deal with vampires. Their stories existing in the same universe doesn't really create any sources of conflict.
And going off that, we are pitching that Funny Valentine was the first stand user.
Research.
We are pitching that Jesus Christ was the first stand user.
Yeah.
So, after the events of Part 7, the Speedwagon Foundation is made aware of stands.
Right, yes.
And then Johnny's story continues right into the events of Part 8.
Yes, but there's one slight issue.
So, how are there two versions of the world?
Okay, we actually thought ahead on this one because that Diego Brando was from another universe. So it doesn't matter.
No, it does matter because if you think about it, Dr. Ferdinand's stand was Scary Monsters. The world was not even his original stand. And so
there's no proof. Okay.
No. Think about it. Diego actually had the world before he had Scary Monsters.
No, he didn't.
There's a panel right at the start of part 7 where he's like running in front of the crowd.
What panel?
And he like
what are you talking
vanishes.
about?
It looks just like how he vanishes at High Voltage when Johnny.
Show it
Right here.
I think you're insane. I think you're actually insane.
It looks exactly the same.
No, it's not the same. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
Show both the panels side by side.
Okay, well, ignoring because again, there's actually no proof and you're speaking nonsense.
Okay, fine. If you don't like that, what do you say about Hermit Purple and Killer Queen? Both of them are duplicates also.
Okay, fine. We'll get to, and we will get to that.
Part 2.
So, where does part 2 fit into this elaborate web we're building? Probably in the exact same place it was before. I mean, the only things we really gotta look out for now is that, with cars and the Pillarmen, we're playing with the idea that humans can be made of rock. Curious, that's all I'm saying. Primarily, though, I want to follow up on what I said earlier about Gyro being Caesar's true grandfather. I'll just go ahead and say every Zeppeli is related across both universes, and while we're at it, every Stroheim is related across both universes. Nothing more to say here, moving on!
Part 3.
So, this brings us to part 3, the big one.
No, it is not.
The Speedwagon Foundation is now fully committed to researching supernatural events.
Yes.
And with that, there's the discovery of the Stand Arrow.
Ooh, yeah.
And that comes from space?
Yes. And I know what you're thinking. That does sound like it's contradictory to what we were going over earlier with Jesus being the originator of stands.
Right. But
there is a simple explanation for that.
Yes.
Go on.
Wait, what do you mean?
Gross.
So this was in part 5?
Yeah.
Huh. I barely remember this. So, in conclusion, we know that Jesus has the power to give people stands, meaning he must be from outer space, same as the meteor. And because he's an alien, it would make sense that he was the first rock human on Earth. So,
or he just touched the meteor before anyone else did.
Okay, wait. If you think about it, Joseph at the end of part 3 has put Dio's blood into his veins, so that means he is also probably a vampire.
Stop! We're done. Moving on!
Part 4. Part 5. Part 6. Part 8. 9. The rest!
I'm starting to think that we bit off more than we could chew.
Nah, what do you mean?
Well, for starters, we have wasted all this time, and we're at part 4 now. And I'm just gonna say it. I don't think we said what our theory is. I think we've just
Wait, what do you mean?
We haven't said what the single we've just been talking.
No, remember we were like, so we're gonna pitch to you that Rohan and Rohan are the same
Rohan. Yes, let's go back to basics here. What is the most important thing from part 4?
Oh, actually, okay, I got this one.
There we go.
So, Miki Taka if we believe that he is from space, that's where the meteor's from. So he knows things. He knows things, and in a thematic sense, he could be seen as the second coming of Jesus Christ.
What?
And
Shut up. Shut up. Stop.
What?
Rohan. I'm talking about Rohan.
Okay.
He's in part 4 and part 9. That's money. That's free.
All right, that was.
Oh,
if you want to go with the trendy option.
So, actually, now that I think about it, part 4 in general, that's just a whole Pandora's box of characters having the same name.
Oh my God, there's so many of them.
I'll get the board. We don't need the board. Yeah, there's are we just gonna say they're all related, like the Higashikatas, the Kiras?
None of them. Oh, wait. What about? Okay, a lot of them just have the same last name, so that's easy money. What about Kira and Kira?
They both have Killer Queen. So maybe as a result of
right, we were gonna circle back to that.
Oh yeah, we were gonna circle. Well, maybe because of like the Ghost Alley, he becomes the part 8 Kira.
Oh, like they gave him another chance at life.
Yeah, something like that.
In the same year.
Well, it ultimately doesn't matter because the Morio we see in part 4 and the Morio we see in part 8 are from 2 different times. One's from 1999 and one's from 2011. You know what else is in 2011?
Made in Heaven.
And Made in Heaven, I think, is the biggest thing from Stone Ocean.
Okay. I got this.
I mean, to be fair, we could.
Oh, this is really interesting. Wait. So,
no, because you're just gonna start saying things again.
JoJo Lands takes place after Made in Heaven.
And we could say part 8 takes place before.
Get this. All right, we don't need to worry about. So after Made in Heaven is interesting. So Made in Heaven, right, ends the feud between the Joestars and the Brandos, right?
That feels like a simplification.
Well, regardless, JoJo can be seen as a symbolic representation of the feud being over because he's JoJo.
I don't.
So he probably
like
didn't
where you're
even.
going with
He
this.
probably didn't even exist before Made in Heaven.
We haven't said a single thing of value. Where are you going with this?
Since no. If you think about it, he probably is. The whole bloodline got reset and everything.
God,
so
this
probably,
video sucks.
He's probably in the.
This was supposed to be Schroeder's grand return to YouTube? I mean, listen to him! Come on, there's still a way I can salvage this. I can come up with something. You know, I could just kill him for real.
I know how we can solve the video! Everything can fit together perfectly! Dude, I got it! Where'd you go?
Oh hey! The video is almost done processing.
No.